we now have the opportunity to try and figure out solutions to all the problems we have in this world, because generative AI has the capacity to help us figure it out. It can synthesize large amounts of data. It can do simulation, ideation, testing, help us solve problems.
So there are three main things that we should remember: prompting, problem solving, and then thinking like machines, or like learning how machines work. Is that correct?
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Team Alignment Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Amara, and on this podcast, I share best practices and strategies on how to bring cohesion, alignment, and a more inclusive workplace experience. And today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is so important: AI. Everyone is talking about AI. And so today's topic is generative AI for workplace and business automation. And joining us today to share his wisdom and expertise and those gems that we need to ride the AI phase is none other than Mr. Charles Agbo. Welcome. Welcome to the Team Alignment Podcast.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Dr. Marachi. Thank you for having me today. My name is Charles. I'm an AI consultant. I help organizations set up AI automations and their workflows. And I also do corporate training on AI in the workplace, helping organizations and their teams get up to speed with AI adoption and usage in their various tasks. I also speak a lot in the future of work and everything surrounding AI in our society. So thank you for having me here, and I'll be happy to share my thoughts.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Everywhere you go, it's AI this and AI that, and AI is taking over the world. I'm also trying to ramp up my skills on how to be able to use all these tools that are out there. And I guess maybe a great place to start is, what exactly is generative AI? Why should we know about it, and why is it necessary?
Okay, so thank you. I think generative AI on its own is simple to explain. I will describe it as computer systems that built to mimic the human brain. So how we think, how we do things. So it has been trained to behave or do things the way we do. That's why it can do a lot of work now. Now, if you go a bit deeper to the more technical bit, it's more about machines that can understand data, process a lot of data, huge amounts of data at a very high speed, right? The human brain has limited capacity to process information, and since generative AI is built to mimic human brain, it can process huge amounts of data at a very short period of time. So that's making it seem more efficient in doing a lot of things. It's just a system that can help us do different tasks every day because they try to think and reason the way we do. Generative AI on its own has been there since the 1950s, and even the journey of generative AI started in around 1950 or so, where people wanted to know if machines can think. It started as an experiment, and they've been working on it over these decades. At some point around 2017 or so, there was a good leap in the system where, with the machine thinking, they put in attention to the machine capabilities. There's a paper that Google released, and it's attention is all you need, and that actually helped people develop the solutions. And they'll be working on it, but currently just look at it as computer machines that can think and help you do tasks.
I love that. Thank you so much for giving us a very quick overview of what it is. And I had no idea it started in the 40s and 50s. So it's been around for a while, but now it's reached mass. I mean, people are now very aware of AI is, I think, thanks to ChatGPT. And most people know what ChatGPT is and use it. And so it's all in the news now. People are just so, excited and scared. And I wonder if you think there's reason to be afraid, because as you mentioned, generative AI gives us these powerful tools to analyze data. And I mean, I use ChatGPT all the time, and I can imagine I can do it 20 times what I used to do in less than 20, 30 minutes. And that means that people's jobs might become automated as well. And of course, people are scared that they may not have their jobs anymore. And I think that clock is ticking rather quickly. Is there a reason to be afraid? Yeah, or is it just a hoax? What do you think? Is there a real risk? And if it is, like, what can people start doing to prepare?
want to look at it from a different perspective. Number one being that we should try to move away from looking at people's jobs being taken. And if you look at it from the point of view that it's going to change the way we do a lot of tasks, you will see that people will start adapting the way they work. So if you know that generative AI will affect the way, for example, you take meeting notes, or the way you draft proposals, or the way you do data analysis, one of the things that you can do is also adapt to the new ways of working. That's why we say the future of work. So if you start learning the AI, understand what they bring in to work and where they complement you, and you now move away from those things you do and start figuring out how you can do other things using AI as complementary. So in our society now, because AI is efficient and is cheap, organizations will definitely use AI in a lot of tasks, but that doesn't mean they won't need people to do the work, because currently AI still needs a lot of oversight, human in the loop, supervision. You can't just trust whatever AI gives you, and definitely you can't allow, especially in complex situations, automation to just go to be truly autonomous. So we can find a way to figure out the tasks we know that AI can do better than us, and now we'll now move to a higher level where we use it to complement. And if you look at the jobs that we do, and people also start looking at it based on functionality, deliverables, you will figure out that you now have a higher order of thinking, where you have a tool that will make you solve more problems in your organization, use it to do more things in the organization. You can move away from what you currently do and try to solve the problems. And if you use AI to solve problems in the organization, nobody will definitely let go of you. It's when we don't adapt and try to upskill ourselves and try to change our mindset, just small mindset shift, then we will start being scared about AI. And just to conclude, tell people that in this world, we have a lot of problems. Many ways we live now and work, we have to do it because possibly there hasn't been a better way of doing it, because the human brain always takes the next best thing it sees. It doesn't go further to find the optimal value. That's why people differentiate themselves. Yeah? We now have the opportunity to try and figure out solutions to all the problems we have in this world, because generative AI has the capacity to help us figure it out. It can synthesize large amounts of data. It can do simulation, ideation, testing, help us solve problems, whether as entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs in our organizations. So once you understand that AI is there as a tool to help you perform better, to help you grow your intelligence, then you will figure out ways to adapt in your organizations, and you won't even be scared of your job.
Thank you. It's not about being scared. It's about pivoting and acquiring those skills, adapting, like you say, like adapting yourself to the new reality, and making sure you're able to use those tools to
Yes.
really increase your output, and be more efficient in the workplace, right? I think that's the most important thing, is adaptability and also
Yes.
upskilling. And I think the upskilling part can be challenging because it's new. And one thing I'm learning is prompting is not that easy. It's difficult. What is one AI skill that you think everyone should learn? And how long would it even take? Because I'm learning and it's taking me a while, okay? I'm just wondering, like, what are your thoughts around that?
I have a couple of skills that I've been evaluating since. The first one is what you just said, now prompting. Now, what's prompting? Prompting is how to communicate with AI, so how to speak to it in a way that you understand. That's basically what prompting is. And I think there are a couple of skills that people should start getting to learn. Like you said, the basic one is prompting, and prompting is basically how to communicate with AI. I call it effective communication with generative AI. If you know how you can talk to AI to get the best results or optimal outputs, is good. And there are ways to learn it. Different ways. Companies that own these large language models, most of them have a prompting guides. You go to their website and you download it. They try to make it easy. There are YouTube videos. You can get some resources online. But one of the easiest ways to learn it is from AI itself. So if you want to write a prompt, you just give it to ChatGPT and ask, how do I write this prompt? And he will write the prompt the way you should write it for him to answer, to give you the best. So he does it. What people do is that they do that. I do that a lot, but I also go further to ask him, why do you write prompts like this? So it gives me the idea. People say tackle context, task, context, guide, and all those things. You can find it online. But that is a very, very efficient way to learn how to prompt. There are new ways of prompting now that helps AI give you better results. People that are technical will understand better. It's like a JSON format. It's key value pairs and like name should be needed. If you do JSON and paste it on ChatGPT to give you much better results. I think people use it a lot when they're trying to generate videos. The other skill I would say that is very key is problem solving skills. How to start being a problem solver. If you can learn and get resources that will make you a problem solver, how to break down complex tasks, complex scenarios into small interconnected nodes and build it up from ground zero or top bottom and just fix a problem, then that is a big skill. That is one of the most valuable skills of the future. Why is that important? Because generative AI is our assistant now that will do the research, get all the information, give you all the resources, even do as little as designs and everything, help you solve problems that originally we could not do. You see, there is a shift that this will bring, that you can, with a lot of structured communication with AI, come up with solutions to most of the problems. So because it's new, people probably nothing has been tested per se. So if you get on board, like get on the board now and start trying to figure out, how do I use this thing to solve all those problems that we manage because there hasn't been any solution, or even the low-hanging ones. So if you can learn problem-solving skills, then you'll be very, very high valued, because you can solve problems with speed, because that is what AI brings. Start thinking like machines, or rather understand how machines think. If you learn how you can think like it, so you always be ahead. And you know that, okay, let me give you an example. Machines, what it does is just process information. And sometimes you hear that a model is reasoning model, that it thinks through answer. What it actually does is that it does a lot of prediction to match which one is the best relevant answer. No matter the loop of many times it thinks or whatever, it just matches numbers. So, and they do well depending on the data and context you give to them. So with that, you understand a little bit of how machines think. And if you understand it, then you know when they can do very useful things and where they can struggle. And even when they struggle, you can now know how to give them what they need to work, because what they need is data. At least that's the one we can control. The resources that power them, that is beyond our control. The ones that are available to us, the quality, the kind of data, even down to which data you feed to it first matters. So if you notice, if you use ChatGPT and you give it a long text, most of the time, it's getting better now, but before, it will read the first text, do the first thing you ask it. So if you're the kind of person that likes giving context before actually saying what you want, AI will go and do things it finds in the context and leave the ones you want. So these are the things. So you should try to understand how the machines work. Not like the technical bits, but a little bit of how they work. Yeah. But those are the skills. But I think the best ones are just effective communication with AI and problem-solving skills.
Yeah. So there are three main things that we should remember: prompting, problem solving, and then thinking like machines, or like learning how machines work. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What are some other tools, or maybe top three tools that everyone or anyone who's interested in just increasing and just, learning or leaning in or having a deeper dive into AI, what are those tools would you recommend to start learning or using?
I can put them in two categories. So, if you want to be more efficient with your work, there are tools I will recommend. Then, if you want to learn about AI, it's possibly just going to like deep learning, Coursera, Udemy, just get some, and YouTube. You just learn about it. But the tools I recommend for everybody should have for every day. From my own point of view, though, you guess. ChatGPT number one. I think one
Yeah.
reason it's a competition out there, but for some reason they keep proving themselves, and even when it seems like somebody is beating them to the race, they come up and they are kind of stable, at least for now until I think the nearest future. Because of the kind of product running, I think they understand what people want. Bringing real things that actually solve problems, useful. So, like if you look at ChatGPT, like the agent tool that they've put in is really good. If you try it, it's brilliant. It can do a lot of things for you. Custom GPTs are very good. So, ChatGPT number one, and the GPT-5 is brilliant with writing. It's not too good with coding, but most people don't code. So, and I'm sure I will leave coding for now, but it's really good with writing. It tries. You still need to work with it, but it's one of the best tools that you can use to write. I tried it. I used it to generate PowerPoint presentations. Did very well. Gave me what I liked, and I can tell it. You just generate your PowerPoint presentation, and that's the AI agent, and give you your PPT, good slides, everything.
With pictures? With pictures?
Yeah, it does. It has its own internal desktop that it uses, so it's good, and you see what it's doing, and you can ask it question as it's doing the work, and you can set up like open like 4 tabs, and different agents are doing the work for you, from data analysis to everyday tasks. After that, ChatGPT, the next one is NotebookLM. I think Google is not marketing, their marketing strategy is not good at all, but Google has some good products. NotebookLM is one of the best learning tools out there, and I use it. They're improving on it every time. But if you are on the learning path, try NotebookLM. It should be, and I think with AI in this era, we all should be on a learning path, no matter our status or whatever we are, because it's just an interesting period. And NotebookLM is good. Then the other one is just be conversant with your Copilot in Microsoft Office, really good, and Google Space, Google Workspace, that's really good. Then those are the tools. I know there are thousands of
Yeah.
AI tools there. I used to document them, but these ones are more than enough for you. They have everything you need. You know what? Because if you start looking for tools, you will not build your own tool. So the fourth best tool is your own tool. Go out to and now add the UI or build it the way you want. There is no tool out there that will give you what you want, because one thing about AI is
Right.
personalization. It will give us what we want as a person. And we have the opportunity to do that now. You can build any tool you want to do, you want to build. So the fifth one, so it's ChatGPT, NotebookLM for me, then my normal Copilot in Microsoft Office, and my Gemini, my Google Workspace. They have everything you want. Google Sheets, everything AI is there. So anything you need for work is in these 4 places. The other one is build your own tool and make it the best. Build your own tool, and I tell people that using AI to do things is easier than learning Microsoft Excel. So you should give it a try. But there are a lot of places that you can find numerous tools to use. I think there are databases like Futurepedia and a couple of them out there that you can find different tools that will solve different problems, but those are the key ones that I think people should have.
I want to come back to what you said about personalization. I mean, that's something I'm working on too, because in my space, I talk about team alignment, and I have a coaching program called Align and Thrive Team Coaching. And the idea is to really, for me, what I'm trying to do now is to create an AI tool that can really coach teams to even be more connected and more aligned. And yeah, I just wonder if you could share a bit more about how AI can be used to improve the cohesion of teams, even at that level, like bringing in AI to ensure that teams are running smoothly, they're more aligned in terms of their communication, collaboration, conflict management, even. Like, how can AI be used to bring that energy, that synergy in teams?
That's an interesting topic, and I will rephrase it to how can teams use AI to bring cohesion?
Ah, okay, even
Yes.
better.
If yeah, so that we don't think that AI is Superman. AI is just a tool that we can use to do things. I say that AI is not intelligent, but it can do intelligent things. I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but for now I'm still holding on to that one. I can change my stance later, so you shouldn't hold me on that. I said this, but for now that's what I believe. So people can use AI to ensure that they are aligned in their teams. For example, follow-ups. So if you have a group, and in your group, whether it's, I don't know what groups, like let's say WhatsApp group, but I don't know if what, maybe Slack or things that groups, chats that teams use, right? And you put AI as a part of that group, AI chatbot. So the AI notes questions that are being asked in the group. He notes the task assignments or the responsibilities. AI can do follow up at an unprecedented scale. So it can disturb you if you set it to disturb you. Like if you say, if this guy doesn't do his work, set him reminders, send him SMS, send him this, send him emails. If there is an organization app, send him notifications. And you can also go deeper. If AI is part of the group, he knows the kind of questions that people ask, right? So if somebody is finding it difficult, he can pick up the question, try to help the person solve the problem, not without even just being proactive. So if he notices that somebody is lagging behind in meeting up with deadlines, he can reach out. How can I help you? That is one way of making sure that teams work, deliver on time. Then when with communication, it's more of, let's say in organizations where you have people from different cultural backgrounds. So let's say language, for example. I used to work in National Grid in the UK, where it's a multicultural organization that we have.
Yeah.
All of us speak English, but we speak English differently.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't understand me, I don't understand you, or some people don't understand. You see, those are the kind of places that AI can come in. If it's part of meetings, it can speak everybody's language at the end of the meeting. So what you don't understand during meetings, you can take it away from AI and ask you explain things to you. That way, everybody is carried along on what's happening, and this could be real-time translations or offline after, but at least immediately it gives you a breakdown of what transpired or what somebody was saying that you don't understand. And you can also ask it the questions. So maybe some people use meeting summaries or transcripts, but it can go beyond that. Let's say you have a chatbot that stays after the meeting. So even after reading the transcript, you can go back to the AI and ask the question. So that way, you are always aligned with the team goals. There should be reduced scenarios of people not understanding what they should do or missing out on what they are supposed to do or understanding the context. That also goes a long way to organizations that have branches in different countries that speak different languages. It's interesting that we now have real-time translations. You speak in English and it translates real time to French, and the
Wow.
person speaks French back, it translates real time to English. The transcriptions are done. So, whichever way you can audit the conversations, but it brings that team alignment and understanding. And if you also try to push it further, push your boundaries, you train your AI to understand the different cultural backgrounds of everybody in the team. So if you have a manager or a manager has a team member that is from a culturally different background, you can ask the AI, okay, what do people how do they see things? How do they work? Or especially maybe when you're traveling for work or something. So the AI is always there as your assistant to provide information. Yeah, that reminds me. So one of the things that
A
AI does is just
companion.
provide you with
Yeah.
information. You just have to make your
Yeah.
decision. So it gives you that. So it can help teams align with that, right? And What other team alignment area is critical? Decision making, yes. One of the areas, one of the places I use AI a lot is decision making. Not to make the decisions for me, no, but to help me make the right decisions. So people that tend to have better decisions always try to see things from out of the box, right? So they'll tell you to come outside of the situation and look at it and try to capture all the perspective. Have you tried doing that literally? How easy is it to do? Especially if you're in a tight position that you need to submit something on time, or just you have to deliver a proposal, or just any project. So what AI does is that vision that you can't have, it will bring it to you. So it's now easy to think outside the box because you have a partner or assistant that can help you gather all the information out there, analyze it, synthesize it, and give you different options for you to choose from. So it helps. That's the way it helps with decision making. Another way it helps with decision making is also quite interesting. I think I heard it from there's one somebody that talks about a lot on YouTube, and it's actually using AI as your thought partner. You see, that's really interesting. We can talk about a scenario, it can play out all those, but it can help you do critical thinking. So even when you've done your own, you can ask it to ask you questions that you've not. So if you have a topic now, if you have a decision to make, you can look at all the scenarios, do your critical analysis, what, how, which, all those things, all those kind of questions. Try to analyze and then give it to AI and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I've done. Please review and ask me questions. Ask me what I've not thought of. Let me think. So it will help you think. And this is not without any pressure. So this is how it will help teams to get on board. So if you are working on a project as a group and you need to come up with ideas, everybody should use AI to do their work and come up with these kind of scenarios that work with AI to bring out the best in them. I have a friend that says he's superhuman. Like when he works with AI, it makes him feel like he's superhuman. This is literally what it means. It's not the task it does for you, but as a person, it helps you think deeply. Those things that you probably would miss, it will help you bring it out. Remember that AI has more information than we do have. It has synthesized all the knowledge online, even the ones that are still feeding it. And it has the brain capacity or the processing capacity to process this information. We'll never be able to make decisions the way we do because it's not being, it's just something that processes information. I won't go into that, but so if you use it for decision making in that way, that's very good.
What I hear you say is that AI can basically act as our companion, and it can be a companion to line managers, for example, or even to team members using the think about big picture things. Like, maybe there's a project you're putting out working on. It can ask questions that you maybe you've never even thought of. And when it comes to bringing alignment, it can allow line managers to understand where people are having some issues, and even perhaps can help people with practicing how to give feedback, for example, because these are the things that people really struggle with. So I can imagine that this would be very, very powerful and helpful in bringing alignment to teams. So this is why I'm really excited about this tool, and also about using AI in my coaching business. So yeah, very, very excited. You were going to say something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes I would advise not to personalize AI. So if you say companion, I would say maybe even assistant is even a lot personal, but assisting too. I think because let me tell you what I've observed, because I use it. Like I have my personal assistant AI on my phone, WhatsApp, Telegram, and on the app. So I do voice chat with him. He can send email on my behalf. He can read email, categorize my inbox. He can write letters, write proposals, and he can do different things. He has access to a lot of my Google Workspace tools. He can create videos. He can do different things for me. When I'm having conversations with it, because of the way I built it, it's an agentic orchestration where I have one agent that coordinates like 10 other agents. So I can teach it, okay, if it doesn't get the job done, I'll say, go use this email agent to do this, then the email agent should send the draft to the reviewer agent. If I explain this to it, it will now go and do it correctly and come back to me. When I started using this, it was wonderful. And I thought I was talking to a human being. So I had to step back and say, oh no, this is it. So at some point, why this is important now is the race for AI is getting stronger and it's going to get more serious. At the end of the day, everybody will have an AI assistant easily. Not even waiting for people like me to orchestrate or build for them. But in the next coming years, everybody will have one. Where that will be
Agent.
situated, I don't know. Whether it's in your phone or your watch or anything like that. And it won't be mandatory, but it's like not having a phone. You will not have as like it's like saying I don't want to use a mobile phone. So if you choose not to use it, then people you will always lag behind and people will always be more efficient than
Be
you.
left
You can't
behind.
meet up. So everybody will have it. So it's early if you understand that it's just a tool. It can do very intelligent things. It can if you give it information. It can.
Yeah, we've come to the end of our podcast. Lots of things to think about for me, lots of things to ruminate over, and I'm sure for those who are watching, it's a lot of information. What I think is standing out for me is go back and learn prompting. That's kind of what's coming back, like prompting, and really get some expertise with ChatGPT. I think that's going to be like my first. I'll just keep working on ChatGPT, and one thing I'm very interested in is also building those agents. So yeah, that's something I'm very, very curious. So I wonder, for those who are watching, please tell me what stood out for you. What is one thing you're going to be working on to make sure you're not left behind? Please put that in the comment section. Now, Charles, I do want to give you some time to just share a little bit about what you do, because I know you have a company called Workable, and you're doing a lot of amazing work in literally equipping people with these skill sets. So, would you want to share a little bit about what you do, what Workable is about? And I know you have an upcoming training cohort very soon. So, please go ahead and share a bit more about what you do.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So, Workable is an AI solution and training organization. We are based in the UK. We also have some offices, we also operate in Africa, right? What we do is we teach people how to use, build, and integrate AI solutions into their workflows or processes, business or at work. And our idea is that the time of using big softwares, there's an opportunity here for people to build personalized solutions, AI powered solutions easily. So we are doing that at scale, teaching people how to build any kind of tool that will help them in their personal lives or in their work lives. So we help you build, teach you how to do it, and so that you can also enhance and modify or include more features in it. At the end of the day, you wouldn't need to be paying for a lot of subscriptions here and there because you have the ability to build anything you want to build. And if you now go a step further to start thinking about this kind of skill set as from the problem solving side, you can now equip yourself with the right skills to solve any problem in the society, for organizations, as a consultant, anything you want to do, you can do it. Our training helps people that have domain expertise because this is the time that people that have domain expertise can thrive so much. If you are knowledgeable about problem or industry, building AI solutions is now very easy. It's just about articulating the problem and telling it to the AI, and it builds out the solutions for you. So this is what we teach people, and how to be more efficient, productive, and save time, save money with whatever they do with AI. So we have a program that we are running, and the next one is starting on this 15th of September. Yeah, you can visit our website. But just a note to leave, and I'm writing a book, an article about the building economy, which is the time that we are in now where everybody's going to be a builder. So it's the right time to build solutions.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, please, if you would like to hop on this wonderful workshop and please go ahead and take down the email address. I mean, the email address is there, as well as the website, so you can register. And maybe we'll have a little discount, maybe a ticket if, for those who are watching here. Maybe, well, I don't know. We might see if there's some kind of, for watching. If we might give
Yes.
you
Yes.
a ticket, a discount ticket, so that you can, yeah. So maybe the first 10 or 20 people, they might get a discount, and then you can join in. So all of that, I'll make sure I put in the show notes so that you can hop in and jump on this wonderful opportunity. Because if you don't have these AI skills, like, you're going to be left behind. And just imagine if you could bring this skill set to your workplace, like, wow, it would truly be a game changer. This is the best time to ramp up on those skills. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charles, for joining us in this episode. I'm really excited to also build up my AI skills. And yeah, I look forward to doing more. I need to learn more about prompting, and I'm also going to be joining this workshop. So I'm really looking forward to learning more. Thank you so much for joining. Any last words before we end the show for the day?
Okay, thank you. I think it's organizations to start promoting the AI first for every person. So as somebody put it, it's everybody should use AI to try to improve what they do at work. And if you don't use AI to try to improve what you do at work, you just have to do it. So it's more of AI first, because it brings a lot of benefits. And the earlier you understand that, you can also understand what can do, the better. Just use AI and do your work, but do it mindfully and do it the correct way. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Charles. And yes, thank you everyone for joining in and for watching. Please feel free to share your comments. How is AI working for you? How well are you absorbing all the learning, and how much are you implementing it in your day to day? I'm very curious to learn. So please share that in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm growing my channel. I'm all about team alignment and inclusion. So please feel free to, yeah, drop a like and follow me. And until next time, be well and thank you.
Okay, bye.